Chosen one. This message is not an accident. It found you at the exact moment you were meant to receive it. You didn't stumble upon this video. For the next 3 days, August 2, 3, and 4, everything around you will feel intense, surreal, almost like a movie. Not just the events, but the emotions, the atmosphere, the divine signs. There will be moments where you'll pause and say, "This can't be real." But it is real. It's spiritual. It's written. It's happening because God is orchestrating something massive behind the scenes for you. You may start noticing things that feel too specific to be coincidence. People returning, doors unlocking, dreams intensifying, conversations aligning too perfectly. That's not chance, that's confirmation. These 3 days are like chapters in a prophetic film, and you are the main character. God has already set the stage. The enemy will try to confuse you with fear, urgency, or distraction, but don't let it pull you away from what's unfolding. Heaven is pushing you toward the breakthrough you've been waiting for. You'll feel it, the shift. In your body, in your environment, in your spirit. The scenes are shifting, and so is your assignment. On August 2nd, there will be clarity. On August 3rd, there will be testing. On August 4th, there will be reward. But listen closely, this won't come without pressure. It might feel like spiritual warfare, like doubt crawling back in. But you're not going backward, you're being elevated. That pressure is part of your next level. The kind of pressure that turns chosen ones into warriors. This is your divine unfolding. So stay aware, stay in prayer. Say less, observe more. Fast if you're led, be still when needed, speak only what God tells you. Because this is not just another weekend, it's a divine activation. Subscribe to Chosen Core so you never miss what God is trying to reveal to you. Your movie isn't over, it's just beginning. Chosen One, let's break down each day so you recognize the scenes the moment they hit the screen. August 2, the reveal. You'll sense the curtains drawing back. Hidden motives will surface in casual words, a passerby's slip, or a message you accidentally read. Stay unshaken, speak little, watch everything. Action step, keep a pocket notebook. When something strange or perfectly timed happens, jot it down. You'll need those notes for the next act. August 3, the test. Pressure spikes, plans bend or break. A door that looked certain might slam. Don't chase it. This is the tightening of the lens, focusing you on the narrow path. Read Psalm 91 out loud. Let it soundtrack your atmosphere. Action step. Fast from social media for 24 hours. Silence the noise so you can catch the director's whispered cues. August 4, the reward. Provision appears out of nowhere. An email, a phone call, a dream so vivid you jolt awake. When it lands, receive it quietly. Don't broadcast it. Treasure it like a secret scene only you have watched. Action step. Sow a seed, time, kindness, or resources into someone else's life. Reciprocity unlocks overflow. Stay camera ready. Even when nothing seems to be happening, the red light is on. Angels are tracking every choice you make. Keep your dialogue pure. Guard your body like it's a set piece on loan from heaven. Every act of integrity tightens the shot on your breakthrough. Spiritual surround sound. Play worship softly in the background as you move. Let scripture loop in your mind. Speak declarations before doubt can ad-lib its lines. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. I am the head and not the tail. Goodness and mercy follow me all the days of my life. SIGNS in the sky. Notice the weather shifts, the colors of dawn, the pattern of clouds. Creation tends to echo heaven's storyboard. If storms roll in, don't fear. Lightning often signals a fresh start. If skies clear suddenly, take it as green light confirmation. The power of silence. The enemy thrives on your commentary. Starve him. Let curiosity build around you. Mystery magnetizes favor. When God is about to break you through, He often lowers the volume on your voice so the world can hear His. Guard your GATKPRS. Eyes, ears, mouth, treat them like secure checkpoints. Eyes, skip the scenes that drain your faith. Ears, filter every opinion through prayer. Mouth, if it doesn't align with promise, rewrite the line before you speak. Time is a character. Everything may feel rushed, yet you're right on schedule. When impatience tempts you, remember, delay on earth can mean choreography in heaven. Your timeline and God's timing converge in perfect cinematic sync. Chosen one, here's what most people miss. The enemy attack what isn't about to be used. He doesn't waste time on background characters, but you carry the blueprint, the calling, the oil. So don't panic when conflict rises suddenly. It's not punishment, it's positioning. You're not being torn down, you're being framed for the next scene. These next 3 days are spiritual territory. That means not everyone around you is meant to walk through them with you. Some people are extras in this chapter. Let them fade. Let the old storylines end. Don't force cameos in a plot God is rewriting. The dialogue you speak right now will become your script. So stop saying, "I'm tired, I'm stuck, I'm not ready." Instead, speak what heaven already knows about you. I'm chosen, I'm anointed, I was born for this. You don't need to rehearse anymore. You're not in training anymore. The camera is rolling, and heaven is watching. Things will look strange before they look miraculous. It might look like loss before it looks like launch. It might feel like chaos before clarity drops in. Don't confuse the tension for tragedy. It's not the end of the story, it's the turning point. You will notice unusual alignments. Someone you haven't heard from in months may reach out. You'll be drawn to an old journal entry. You might stumble onto a verse that feels like it's speaking straight to your day. Don't dismiss it. That's divine editing. God is merging old footage with new scenes to show you a revelation. Nothing was wasted. Even your waiting was filmed. Even your breakdown was recorded for glory. Chosen one, this is why you felt the isolation before the elevation. The silence you endured. The seasons where no one checked in. The rooms where you felt invisible. That was heaven's version of quiet on set. Because what's coming required no distractions, only preparation. You weren't being overlooked. You were being preserved. Now the divine timing is locked in. Your name is about to surface in rooms you've never entered. Your obedience in the dark is echoing in places of influence. God didn't forget your prayers. He's been aligning the answer to arrive when the story is most powerful. Remember, miracles don't come when you're ready. Miracles come when it glorifies Him the most. That's why these next 3 days will look like scenes you never imagined. You may even feel unqualified to be in them. But God doesn't cast the qualified, He qualifies the chosen. Before the breakthrough, there will be a choice. Pay attention. You may be offered something that looks good, but feels off. That's the counterfeit, Satan's shortcut to get you off script. Don't take it, don't rush it. The real thing will come with peace, not pressure. This test will reveal your maturity. Do you want God's will or just quick results? Do you trust divine timing or do you crave control? Your answer will determine the next scene. Every delay, every detour, every denial was a camera angle. Zoomed in, it looked like pain. But zoomed out, it's all part of the masterpiece. God doesn't waste scenes. He doesn't need to reshoot your past. He'll redeem it frame by frame. And what people thought was your end was only the beginning of the real story. The chosen core. Chosen one, you're about to feel a divine energy push you forward. It won't be hype. It won't be emotion. It will be spirit-led acceleration. Suddenly, what felt blocked will open. Suddenly, what confused you will make sense. Suddenly, you'll know exactly what step to take next, and you won't second guess it. The people who DISMISSCDU will go silent. Not because they've changed, because you have. You no longer speak their language. God elevated your frequency, and now you operate in revelation, not reaction. Don't be surprised if people ghost you during these 3 days. Don't chase it, that's divine separation. When God is elevating your position, He also cleans the cast list. Not everyone is meant to witness your next scene. Expect supernatural instructions. They won't make sense in the natural. You might be told to move in silence, to delete something, to walk away from an offer that seems perfect. Obey anyway. The script is written in faith, not logic. What looks like a risk is actually a rescue. And what feels like a loss might be your divine filter, God removing what would have delayed your destiny. You will be tempted to doubt yourself. That's not you talking, that's the enemy whispering. Why? Because he knows you're getting close. He's seen the signs too. He knows the plot shift is near. So he'll try to plant fear, insecurity, and confusion, anything to get you off script. Don't fall for it. You're not that same version of you anymore. That version broke in the last season. This one is rebuilt in fire. Chosen one, this is your divine cue. Don't miss your moment. You're walking into days that were prophesied before you were born. Moments your ancestors prayed for. Battles you didn't even know you won, because angels fought them before you woke up. That strange tension in the air, that's not anxiety, that's alignment. The atmosphere is shifting, because heaven is making room for your arrival. Your entrance into destiny has already been scheduled. But you must stay in character. You are not who they said you were. You are not your past. You are not your failure. You are the chosen one, cast in this generation to break what others bowed to. So when the pressure rises, don't shrink. Stand taller, walk slower, listen deeper. When others panic, you pause. When others gossip, you go silent. That's how God knows you're ready. The SCENES may feel heavy, but you are built for them. There's a reason the attacks didn't kill you. There's a reason the door shut before you stepped in. There's a reason you were delayed, denied, and misunderstood. It's because God was perfecting the story. He didn't want you just to be seen. He wanted you to be undeniable. Your anointing will speak without you saying a word. In rooms where you feel underqualified, your presence will shift the tone. In conversations where you're overlooked, your silence will echo louder than their noise. Because God's glory doesn't need your resume, just your obedience. This is why you had to go through so much. The rejection, the confusion, the quiet nights. They weren't accidents, they were auditions. And now you're ready. Not to impress, but to fulfill. Chosen one, this next part won't be loud, it'll be sacred. Don't expect fireworks, expect confirmation. A sudden peace. An unshakable knowing. A conversation that ends exactly the way you need it. A number you keep seeing. A door that opens without you knocking. God doesn't always move with noise. Sometimes He moves with precision. That's what these next 3 days carry. He's not trying to impress you. He's trying to position you. Something you prayed for is about to locate you. Not because you begged. Not because you forced it. But because it's time. There is a blessing with your name on it that couldn't come earlier because you weren't ready to keep it. But now, you've been tested, refined, stripped. Your pride has been crushed, your discernment sharpened. You don't need to chase anymore. Now it's coming to you. The next 3 days will expose 2 things: alignment and distraction. You'll notice people start talking differently around you. Watch what stirs your peace, and what steals it. Watch who speaks with clarity and who brings confusion. That's your filter. Everyone isn't evil, but everyone isn't meant to continue with you. Some people were assigned to your wilderness, not your promised land. Let them go. You're walking out of the desert now. Sometimes, God removes a person to make room for his presence. This is not about who left, it's about who's coming. You are not being abandoned, you're being aligned. And once alignment hits, acceleration follows. Stay alert. Stay low in spirit. Stay sensitive to what feels off, even if it looks right. God's voice will never sound like pressure, panic, or pride. It will sound like peace. Chosen one, the reason you're still standing is because God wrote you into a story that can't be erased. Every time the enemy tried to delete you, heaven rewrote the chapter. Every breakdown you survived wasn't just for you. It was training for the mantle you now carry. That pain, it wasn't pointless, it was prophetic. You had to learn how to walk alone, how to pray when no one responded, how to trust God when you had nothing but faith in your hands. Now you're about to lead others out of the same pit you escaped. That's why the warfare felt personal. Because your victory will break chains on other people, not just you. And these next 3 days will show you exactly why it had to happen this way. You'll start seeing things from above the battle, not in the middle of it. Your perspective is about to rise. This is why you must protect your mind like sacred territory. No more rehearsing old wounds. No more entertaining what-if scenarios. No more letting anxiety narrate your future. Declare this over yourself. I refuse to agree with fear. I refuse to build a future based on wounds. I only partner with what God says about me. Your mind is a gate. Guard it relentlessly. In these 3 days, even a single thought can shift your direction. So filter everything. Not just what you say, but what you believe. If it doesn't sound like faith, delete it. Chosen one, you will know it's God when it feels too big for you. Too fast, too bold, too miraculous. That's how God works. He doesn't fit in your comfort zone. If it overwhelms you, good. You were never meant to do it alone. God didn't bring you this far to watch you figure it out. He brought you this far to finish what he started. Chosen one, the stage you're stepping onto requires a new level of silence. Not everyone deserves access to what God whispered to you in secret. Some things aren't meant to be shared, yet. They're meant to be carried, guarded, protected, until the fruit appears and speaks for itself. In this next season, your results will be your only reply. You don't need to argue, you don't need to explain. Let your elevation silence every assumption. Pay attention to repeating patterns. If the same kind of distraction keeps coming, stop blaming the distraction. Start asking, what is this trying to pull me away from? Because anything that shows up right before a breakthrough is either 1. Sent to delay you, 2. Sent to deceive you, 3. Or allowed by God to develop you. Discern the difference. If it costs your peace, it's too expensive. If it clouds your clarity, it's not God's will. If it causes you to second-guess what God already told you, it's a counterfeit. Chosen one, this is your final test before the shift. Not everyone will celebrate you. Not everyone will understand the transformation you're undergoing. Some will say you're acting different. Some will walk away. Let them. The oil on your life demands a different circle. You can't pour into people who poke holes in your container. Heaven is restructuring your environment to fit your next assignment. That's why you feel disconnected from your old life. That's why old habits suddenly feel heavy. That's why small talk drains you. God is maturing your spirit, not just your story. He's setting the atmosphere for a miracle, but you must keep it pure. Clean the room, purge the playlist, check your conversations. You're not waiting on the blessing anymore. The blessing is waiting on your posture. Chosen one, you're entering a window of supernatural decissions, and every choice counts. This isn't a season to move carelessly. This isn't a time to chase feelings. This is the moment where every yes and no carries spiritual weight. Some doors are opening just to see if you'll close them. Some offers are appearing just to test your hunger. Will you settle for comfort or wait for calling? You are not who you used to be. So stop making decisions from that version. The old you chased validation. The old you needed everyone's opinion. The old you didn't know your value. But that version is gone. God stripped it away in the wilderness. Now you're wearing discernment like armor. Now you're not impressed by applause. You're anchored by assignment. Something unusual will happen, but don't fear it. In these days, the unexpected will arrive. A person, a message, a delay, a shift in atmosphere. It will look sudden to others, but in the spirit, it's been building for months. This is the part where heaven reveals what's been hidden in plain sight. Not to confuse you, but to confirm. You've been walking in the dark by faith, and now the light is about to hit the path. This is where the story flips. The underdog becomes the leader. The rejected becomes the voice. The overlooked becomes the blueprint. Don't play small. Don't apologize for the weight you carry. God is placing you where light is needed, not where it's easy. And yes, there will be resistance. But remember, you were anointed in private to withstand public pressure. The oil on you wasn't given for comfort, it was given for impact. You are not rising for status, you are rising for souls. Every step you take will shift something in the spirit realm. Every room you walk into carries a divine ripple effect. This is not ambition. This is assignment. If this message hit your spirit, it wasn't random, it was your confirmation. Subscribe to Chosen Core now and step fully into the path God marked for you. Don't scroll past your moment, step into your calling. Your story is about to shift. Make sure you don't miss what heaven releases next.